If your reality keeps repeating the same loops over and over again, the same patterns, it's not bad luck. You are stuck in a belief loop. And once you see it, manifestation becomes more practical and less mystical. If you're watching this video, you're probably somebody who has dibbled and dabbled in, you know, spiritual manifestations, affirmations, believing in things like the law of attraction so that you can have more of the life and the reality that you're trying to manifest with less ease. And you're wondering, how is it that some people can actually do that? How does it seem like some people, they can just effortless attract, you know, all the highlights that you see on social media, and it seems like they're doing all this and their life's just elevating, while you yourself has to grind hard and hustle and really just try to, you know, pull things together just so you can attract the same life that you want for yourself. Okay, as a person who has been through so many rabbit holes, okay, literally like more than you can imagine. I've been down the left side where, it was all, let's just attract and manifest and just imagine and visualize and it comes with ease. I've been down that path. I've also been through the whole hustle culture and grinding mindset. Um, and as somebody who knows both lanes very well, I was able to change my life in many different ways, even in the smallest synchronicities of things that was always just kind of in the back of your mind, whether it's attracting a certain person, whether it's making amount of money, whether it's changing your lifestyle in a way. I've done all of that because I actually know how manifestation works now in a very, very practical sense. And that's what I'm going to break down to you in this video. The first thing you want to do is you need to imagine yourself at the end goal already. Okay. If you are an artist, let's say that you're a singer or music and that's your career, imagine yourself as vividly as possible. Okay. This is key. You need to imagine yourself as clear as crystal. You're on stage, you see the people in the crowd, you're performing, and the energy, the vibe that you're giving out, the reactions on people's faces, the colors in the room, the way that the light just illuminates everybody in the crowd. Where are you standing on that stage? Imagine yourself at that end goal. That's the first thing you want to do. Imagine yourself, you're already at the end. If you if you do like personal branding or trying to be on content creation, trying to whatever business you're trying to do, imagine the end goal, and it's got to be so tangible. It's got to be complete, like tangible. Throw in the details, the juicy parts, like how much money is hitting your bank, what kind of lifestyle are you living, what kind of car are you driving, where are you living. Be super clear on this. Okay, so far you've probably already heard a lot of this already, right? So that's the first step, is imagine yourself as powerfully and as clear as you can at the end goal already. Okay? Now that you know where you're headed towards, right? You know the finish line, you know where you're going towards, that's your North Star in mind. The second thing you want to do, you want to most likely get a piece of paper out, okay, and write this down, is analyze yourself as best as you can. No judgment, okay? Don't don't be so hard on yourself with this part, but you do want to be critical and you do want to be honest. Is what is your actual strengths? Okay? Are you an effective communicator? Can you clearly articulate your thoughts into words and express that in a ways that people can follow? Like, are you a good communicator? Are you funny? Can you sing? Are you good at creating videos and editing? Like, understand what your strengths are. And it really doesn't matter that much of whatever you think is an actual strength. Like, what are you really, really good at? Okay. Obviously, yes, you want to talk about what is a strength that you know can produce value. And you really like take your time on this as well. Don't rush it because we're talking about your life here. Okay. Anything that comes slow and gradual, it's going to last longer. If you go in and you buy like a McDonald's or whatever kind of fast food, you eat it and then it satisfies you for that time, and then after you just feel shit after. But when you're eating, cooking that was made with intention, with patience, you know, like your mom cooking the food or your grandma or somebody who's actually putting in the thoughts, the time, the energy, this is going to last longer. So don't rush this part of the process. Okay, so we know where we're headed. Now we have listed out our strengths, and we're clear on that. We're honest about that. Just write it all down. Okay, that's the second part. Now, this third part, this is the part where everybody screws up when it comes to manifestations, when it comes to, you know, they know, okay, imagine this is clearly where I'm headed towards. I have self awareness about my strengths, yes, but this is the part where everybody skips over when it comes to actually changing your reality and manifesting a different outcome for your life. And it's identifying the patterns that are holding you back from being that person in the end. Okay? Yes, we've written down our strengths, right? We were clear on that. What are we good at? What can we do to provide value for others? But now number three is identifying the patterns that are not in alignment with that highest self. Okay. In the spiritual communities, we talk about the higher self. In the practical 3D world, we're talking about you at the end goal. Okay. If it's you in music and being an artist, it's what are the things that's holding you back from being that artist on the stage with a crowd full of people singing your song? Or what is the features of your characteristics? What are the characteristics that you have as a person that's holding you back from being that business owner that's making 30K, 50K, 100K per month, living on Dubai, whatever it is that you want to do or trying to achieve? What is the patterns that's holding you back? Okay. We started off this video with what is that loop that's repeating itself that people think is like bad luck, karma, whatever they want to call it. It's not. Okay. You're just repeating a cycle. But unless you break this pattern, you're always going to keep repeating the same story. So again, this part, you don't want to rush it. You want to be honest with yourself, and you got to be clinical so that you can actually identify and snipe the the thing that's holding you back. So it could be you want to be a big artist, but you have a fear of criticism. You want to have a successful business, but you have a fear of rejection. Or you doubt yourself, you doubt your abilities, you doubt your communication skills, you doubt, like, like you think that people are just gonna look at you as cringe or whatever. Like these things are the things that you want to look for, and you got to be real with yourself, and that's what you do when you put it on paper. Whatever it is in your mind that you're avoiding, write it down, because this is where the shift happens, is right here at step 3. Okay, so once you get that done, next step is you have to filter it out. Okay, filter and strip down all of those parts of you that you don't want. Right, it's just like a rocket that's meant to go up into space and hit the different atmosphere, stratosphere, all those different layers so that you can get out into space. The rocket needs to let go and strip out all the different parts so that it can hit that momentum. And for you, it's taking all those pieces and those characteristics layer by layer that's limiting your overall success, right? Limiting beliefs, the limiting belief patterns. Okay, filter it out. If you have a fear of rejection, whatever it is that you're fearing of being rejected by, you just head forward despite being in that fear of rejection. Okay, despite having those doubts and those anxious thought patterns in your mind, despite all that, you still move forward, because little by little you start to condition yourself into being the type of person who takes action. And as that starts to become more of your identity, you're never going to be held back by fear or limiting thoughts or fear of rejection. Like, yeah, it's still going to come up because you're still human, but because you've conditioned yourself to be that person that you are at the finish line, at the end, because you've conditioned yourself to be that person, these other parts that you're stripping away, it's going to eradicate itself little by little, but surely enough, it's going to start to catch up with your reality. Like it's no longer going to be part of your identity because you're acting in a way that fits the actual identity that you're looking to be more of. Okay, so that's step 4, which is the filtering process. Okay, you've listed everything down. This is what I want to be. This is what I actually am naturally good at. My strengths on this side. These are the characteristics on the other side that I'm trying to get rid of. You filter that. It's simple. Now, the last and final piece of this puzzle. This is the final step, which is you're then going to as if, act as if now you are the person at the end. Okay, so the person that, let's go back to the analogy of you're this big artist. You got all these people, the crowd, your fans, and everybody here supporting you, listening to your music, and this is your life, your new normal, right? Who that person on stage is, it's literally you now in the present time. All of their charisma, all of their confidence, and the way that they express themselves, the way that they talk, the way that they do their lives, you need to act as if you are that person right now. This is the fastest way to manifest that lifestyle and have that be your reality, right? It doesn't matter about the external stuff, the money, the status, the um the tangible things like lifestyle, the car you drive or whatever. None of that matters right now. The only thing that matters is that you're acting as if that person is you right now. And I'll tell you, it's like this, right? You remember, you remember that one scene in the Avengers where I think it was the Avengers. Yeah, the Avengers, where Captain America and Tony Stark, Iron Man, they get into like a heated moment, and Captain America, he says to Tony Stark, he's like, "Hey man, like you without the suit, like look at me, I'd still crush you. I'd still crush you with my hands. Like without this mask, without this shield, I would smash you, bro." Pause. And he says to Tony, is like, "What are you without the suit? You're just a man. Like there's nothing about you." Is basically what he's saying. And Tony Stark goes on to say, "Without this suit, I'm still intellectual. I'm still a playboy. I'm still," and he just goes on. He lists all these things that you cannot take away from him. He's a confident dude. He's you know, without the suit, Tony Stark is still a fucking G, right? That's what I want to. That's literally step 5 here, where we're at. You, as a normal person right now, with nothing going on, no following, no fan base, no nothing, no money. Who are you without all of that? Those characteristics of who you that you at the end goal, you need to act as if you're that person. It's the characteristics, it's the energy, it's the way that you talk, all of that stuff. You got to act as if right now, because all this other 3D stuff, the money and the lifestyle, all that's this stuff comes. This is what attraction means. This is what it means to manifest, is because it's being attracted to you. You're not chasing it. You're not running for the money. You're not running to build your fan base. They're coming to you because you are who you say you are. And then once you're there, once you act as if, you repeat and repeat and repeat. Every single day you act as if. That's the last step. Okay? All of those things up until the point you act as if, and then it's repetition. You literally just live your life as if you're actually at the end. But you only do that after you go through the steps. And step 3 is the most important, in my opinion, because this is where a lot of people get stuck and they don't know how to manifest properly because they're not eradicating their limiting beliefs, the stuff that's actually holding them back. You cannot achieve whatever you're looking for if you don't eradicate doubt, if you don't eradicate your fear of being seen, your fear of rejection, all of that. It's all an illusion. It's not real. Until you address those things that's actually holding you back, it's going to be damn near impossible for you to actually change your reality. So I hope that was helpful for you. Like go and do that, because you're not from here. You're not from this world. And I mean this in a literal sense, like I'm crazy. You don't belong here. I don't belong here. Like why are we here? Like honestly, like that's a conversation for another day, but at right now, go and apply, because knowledge is power only if you take action on it.